Hey guys, welcome to Silicon Valley Girl. I think it is time to say that our chapter of living in San Francisco is coming to its end. I don't know if it's the last chapter of Marino's life in San Francisco, maybe there is another one coming, but for now, we realized that we need to move. There are several reasons for that. I think the main reason right now is that everything is kind of locked down, and we initially moved to San Francisco in 2016 after raising money from Silicon Valley investors, getting our visas. And when we moved there, we stayed at a friend's apartment in the East Cut. East Cut is like this new part of Soma. Really nice, really modern houses. And we were amazed by the quality of life in those apartments, when you have those common areas, when you can network with people, when all of your neighbors are entrepreneurs and investors and amazing people. And we were so inspired. So we had no doubts about moving. So we moved to San Francisco, moved in one of those apartments, started networking, started making new friends and doing what's best for our business. But now with everything being on lockdown, it's impossible to meet our neighbors because all of the common areas are closed, and we're just sitting in our apartment, but we're still paying the whole rent for amenities that we're not using. The gym is closed, swimming pool is closed, all the co-working spaces are closed. And we can't really see people because everybody's social distancing. It's kind of, well, it's not the best time to fundraise either because investors are not taking in-person meetings. And most of my investor friends say they actually invest in people who they met before because they're gonna have this personal contact. The second reason is actually having a baby. And I know a lot of people told me, Marina, once you have a baby, you would want to move out of the city because, yeah, I did my research on schools. I know it's too early, she's still like 6 months old, but I did my research on schools, and if we want to get into a nice school in San Francisco, we either need to move to another neighborhood, which is really hard. Like finding a modern place that is similar to where we are right now, but in a different neighborhood with good schools, you end up paying like $15,000 a month for a good apartment. Or if there is a good deal and you find a 2-bedroom for $7,000 or $8,000, then you have to compete with 10 other families even right now. And so if we don't find an apartment, then we're left with an option of a private school, and a private school costs $30,000 a year. And you know, this got me to thinking, well, I can't really walk with my baby. Once she starts walking, the only place to walk for us is, well, Embarcadero has a lot of people. The second place is Salesforce Park. Still, we're gonna have to walk there, a lot of roads, a lot of cars. I don't feel safe there. So I thought maybe if we move to another place like Menlo Park, Los Altos Hills, Mountain View, whatever, something in Silicon Valley area, we could still have that networking part, but be better off with a baby. Now, my husband has a slightly different opinion. Let's go and ask him. What is your favorite city on planet Earth?
St. Petersburg, for sure.
But you don't live there.
I lived there for like 20 years or whatever, 25 years.
But why did you decide to move?
Yeah, because I want to build a worldwide famous company.
And what is your second favorite city?
San Francisco, for sure, because it's an American version of St. Petersburg.
And you think that San Francisco is the place to build international company?
And for personal growth and for company, for sure.
Do you think you can be in any other place where you can pay less but have the same opportunities, or you think?
I think it's definitely worth it when you're using all that the city offer, which means like network with investors, smart people, entrepreneurs, etc. But if you work as an Uber driver or bartender or whatever, for sure it's overpriced and it doesn't make any sense to live in the city. But if you are entrepreneur, for sure it's worth it.
Do Do you want to move to Silicon Valley? Do you want to move to Menlo Park?
We already lived in Mountain View for half a year and it was crazy boring. My English was like very bad back then. Maybe that's the reason, because it was hard to me to network with people and go out, etc. Maybe now it's easier and yeah, it will be more fun to live there, but still I think I'm more city person.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just we're kind of have different perspectives here, because I think as a mom as well, and I think about the safety, and I think about, you know, walking with a baby and having a community of moms. We have a couple of moms in our building, but they all have tiny babies, and they're.
But come on, in terms of safety, like we are together from St. Petersburg, and it's from not the safest neighbors.
I know, it's just when you're used to American lifestyle,
And do you remember when we lived in Mountain View, like we 2 or 3 times we saw how like police car literally crashed to the like some random guy who tried to escape from the police or something like that. So I mean, even in Mountain
So
View.
you think it's?
Yeah, for sure.
I think Mountain View is safer than San Francisco. At
know.
least like.
Depends on the district, you know.
Yeah, it all depends on the neighborhood, but yeah, it's just, I feel that there is one neighborhood in San Francisco, Presidio, where I would like to live,
Yeah.
but it's crazy expensive.
I think it's a perfect combination, because you are in the center of the city, but at the same time it's, you are in the park.
Yeah. So the plan right now is to travel, because vacation rental homes are renting for, you know, 50% of their total price, of the price that they would rent for last year, because of everything that's happening. And I just
great opportunity to discover new places.
Yeah, it's just
investment opportunities.
go to Malibu, go to Los Angeles, travel around California, travel around other places. And yeah, I'm just hoping that this summer we're gonna travel, and then we're gonna come back in October.
Yeah, from Russia, and after
Hopefully from Russia.
Yeah, it will be a difficult task, because to find something reasonable in San Francisco or the Valley, I mean Silicon Valley, it's pretty hard, especially after this kind of experience.
Yeah,
because
after
this
the
type
experience
of
we're getting.
home and house in the Valley will cost you like $30,000 per month or something like that, I think.
Yeah, it's crazy. By the way, for a lot of our friends whose lease is expiring, because we were kind of lucky that our lease is expiring now, so we can get to travel. And I also think there are a lot of people in San Francisco who used to work in the office, and now they're going to be working remotely, because everyone's working remotely. They can take this time and travel with their families and explore other neighborhoods. And I think it's going to be a reality even in a year. I think a lot of companies are going to realize that a lot of jobs can be performed from home at the same level of productivity, but they spend less on the office.
We, as LinguaTrip, we understood that like 4 years already.
Oh yeah, we started as a remote company.
Yeah, because at the beginning we decided that it doesn't make any sense to spend money, like huge money on a great office. And what even more important, that it's way harder to hire great people, because when you connected to the city, it's very hard.
Oh yeah, you have this lack of...
Yeah, for example, And now, if you run a company remotely, you can hire people, best talents in different cities of the different countries, and it's way, way more effective.
Yeah, I think we're entering the new world with more and more people working remotely, with more and more companies working remotely, and I think they're going to be eventually. I'm hoping maybe they're going to be less people in Silicon Valley and San Francisco.
I, to be honest, don't think that we enter a new world or something like that. I think all people have like very short memory, and I think we will forget about all of this terrible experience in 2 or 3 months. I think as well that one thing that probably will change is that
more people will work.
Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah, guys, let me know if you were in San Francisco and you moved out of the city. Where did you go? Because we're still like in the middle of deciding where we're gonna end up moving. So I'm looking forward to reading your comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video up to the very end, and thank you for being subscribed to Silicon Valley Girl. I really hope that this channel is gonna be Silicon Valley Girl.
For sure, don't worry about it.
Yeah. we're
we
gonna
will
find our
stay in
place.
Silicon Valley
Find
anyway.
our place.
Either San Francisco or Los Altos Hills, but Silicon Valley.
Yes. Bye bye.
Bye.